Hello everyone. I'm going to do a brief overview of the Yamaha RX-Z11 Receiver. Excuse me. Basically, it's the largest and most expensive Yamaha home theater receiver made, probably in the last 20 years. Came out in 2007. It features video, S-video, and component upscaling to HDMI. Features HDMI downscaling to analog video. Has multiple other features including HD radio, internet radio, iPod, Bluetooth, USB, etc. Can be used, one of the main selling points with this, it can be used as a preamp processor only. It has a submenu whereby you can cut off the preamp where you can cut off the amp section, but thereby saving power, and using this as a preamp only. A lot of the super high-end systems, you know, where the guys could afford anything, use this receiver as a processor, and they used maybe Krell or Macintosh amps, you know, guys that just had money to burn through, like money is no object or whatever. Comparing this to modern receivers, most modern receivers are rated, even though they're rated 7 channels by 150 watts or whatever, you know, like Yamaha's current flagship receiver. They'll do 150 by 2, just by 2 channels, but when you divide that up into about 7 channels, they'll only do about 60 a channel, and that's because they're held down by a 450 watt transformer, whereby this has a huge transformer. The magazines that did the reviews on this particular unit, this would actually do 140 per channel by 7 channels and 50 by 4 channels, and this is actually, it would actually do it with 7 channels driven. You know, it just has such a massive power supply, and this is just a receiver to behold. It's most people, when you compare it to Yamaha's best receivers, the forums and everything, most people say this is their best home theater receiver ever, and probably their second best 2-channel behind the Z9. And I've owned every Yamaha Z receiver at one time or another, and I would concur with this. I only have a Z1 at this time to compare it to in 2-channel, and you know, it's only need to compare it to 2-channel because this has the DTS Master audio and Dolby True HD, which is just superior in 90% of the cases to just regular Dolby. And well, it's always superior, but some receivers have such a good preamp section that they still sound better in the earlier version, you know. But anyway, there's a lot to cover on this receiver, so I'm going to cover it in 2 other videos. My next one, I'm going to cover the scaling, you know, from video games and DVD, and you know, and how it compares and such as that. So keep on the lookout for that one, and I'm also going to compare it in the future to the Z1 if I have a chance in 2-channel. And thanks for watching, everyone.